for joining us for the official dedication of the U.S. Postal Service's new Kwanzaa Forever stamps. My name is Tracy Berry McGee, and I'm the founder of Sister Keeper Empowerment Center and the I Define Me movement, whose mission is to inspire and develop young women, and I am a proud member of St. Louis Metropolitan Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And I will be your Masters of Ceremony for this morning. I am thrilled to be here at the Ferrara Theater for this special event. We have a wonderful program for you with dynamic performances that I'm sure you will enjoy. If you're sharing on social media, please use our hashtag Kwanzaa Stamps. That's hashtag Kwanzaa Stamps, spelled as one word, to help spread the news. So let's get started. We ask everyone to please stand for the presentation of colors by the University City High School Junior ROTC Color Guard, followed by a rendition of the national anthem by songstress Valor Dickerson, a member of St. Louis Metropolitan Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Valor will then perform Lift Every Voice and Sing. Everyone, please rise.
Forward, march!
Oh, say, can you see by the town's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, o'er the ramparts we watched, was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glared, the bombs bursting in arcade proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Lift every voice and sing till up the heaven rings. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing the song
thanks to the Color Guard team and the talented Valora Dickerson for that performance. Yes. We're fortunate to have several honored guests in the audience. Could you please stand to be recognized? Vanessa Cooksey, President of the Regional Arts Commission. Thank you for your support. Now I'd like to introduce Janice Baker. She is the Chief Financial Officer for Explore St. Louis, our host and the operator of the convention complex. Janice is also my sorority president for the St. Louis Metropolitan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, which makes her uniquely qualified to talk about the first principle of Kwanzaa, the concept of umoja, or unity. Please welcome Janice Baker.
Thank you, Tracy. Habari gani? Thank you. What's the news? On behalf of the St. Louis Metropolitan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, we bring you greetings. Since our chartering, the St. Louis Metropolitan Alumni Chapter has celebrated during the Kwanzaa season. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of sisterhood, scholarship, service, and social action to the St. Louis community. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority was founded January 13, 1913, with a purpose to provide assistance and support through established programs in local communities. As a sorority, we understand the importance of working together for the betterment of our lives. The first public act of our sorority was the Suffrage March of 1913, teaching us if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Much like this public act, Kwanzaa gives African Americans an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history. It's a time of reflection, reaffirmation, and renewal. Kwanzaa reminds us to be intentional in making an impact within our families, communities, and culture, to build bridges and not barriers. We are excited and honored to partner with the United States Postal Service in unveiling this Kwanzaa Forever stamp. Journey with us as we take a glimpse into Kwanzaa. It is celebrated December 26th through January 1st each year. The celebrations are built upon five fundamental activities of continental African first fruit celebrations: an ingathering of people to reaffirm the bonds between them, a time of reverence for the blessings and beauty of creation, a commemoration of the past in pursuit of its lessons and in honor of our ancestors, a time of recommitment to our highest cultural ideals to bring forth the best of African thought and practice, and a time of celebration of the good of family, community, culture, and life itself. The principle umoja supports harmonious living and acting in unison with ourselves and those around us. Kwanzaa's origins are both ancient and contemporary, and in both instances, urge us to live good lives and to bring forth the best of what it means to be African and human. The symbols of Kwanzaa are used to create a beautiful and colorful Kwanzaa table with objects that are representative of the African culture. On the first day of Kwanzaa, we introduce these traditional symbols. The mkeka, or mat, is symbolic of our tradition and history and is the foundation upon which we build. The kanara, or candle holder, representing our roots, our people as a collective whole in continental Africa. The mazeo, or crops, which are symbolic of the African harvest and the rewards of productive and collective labor. The muhindu, or ears of corn, one for each of the children and our future, which they embody. The kikombe cha umoja, or unity cup, symbolic of the foundational principle, unity, and used in pouring libation to commemorate the ancestors. The zawadi, or gifts, which are modest and traditionally given to children. The gifts generally consist of items made by hand or grown for the soil and are thus an act of sharing and a labor of love. The Mushuma Saba, or the 7 candles, 1 black for the people, 3 red for their struggle, and 3 green for the future and progress that grow out of the struggle. Each candle represents one of the 7 principles that are collective in the Nguzo Saba. On the first day, we will light the Umoja candle, the black candle, in the center of the Kanara. The celebration often includes a feast called Karamu, drumming and dancing. So I say, let the celebration begin. And please welcome back Jaffe Studio for a special performance. Thank you.
Graça. Donne ave toi viens ouais clair.
That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We want to also make sure that we have some more guests that have come in, and we want to recognize representatives from the NAACP. Will you please stand? Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Our dedicating official is Eddie Banner, a Postal Service district manager who is putting Umoja into practice. He is responsible for a workforce serving over 4 million delivery points in the Kansas, Missouri district. Eddie's ability to inspire employees to come together and bring their best to work each day earned him the title for Chaparral District Engagement Leader of the Year in 2019. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Eddie Banner.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Tracy, for that introduction. It is a pleasure to represent the United States Postal Service as we dedicate our latest stamp, Kwanzaa. I'd like to invite all the participants to join me on stage for the unveiling. We count down. 3, 2, 1. What a beautiful stamp, man. That's some great artwork. From its inception in 1966, Kwanzaa have grown to hold special meaning to millions of people. Its name derived from expressions, first fruits in Swahili, an African language. For 7 days, from December 26th to January 1st, Kwanzaa encourages families and communities to come together for reflection and the celebration of African heritage and traditions. The stamp depicts a girl and a boy dressed in robes akin to spiritual garments with a kinara or candle holder and 7 lit candles in front of them. The sounding candles are meant to eliminate a principle and spark discussion. First, the central black candle symbolizing unity is lit. Following days, moving left to right, red to green, additional candle is lit for self-determination, collective responsibility, cooperation, purpose, creativity, and faith. Art director Tony O'Connor designed the stamps with original artwork by Aaron Robertson. The Kwanzaa stamps offers, it's okay, yell it out, it's okay. It's okay, we're gonna celebrate her day. So the Kwanzaa stamps offer a colorful addition to cards and letters and a reaffirmation of African American culture. The Kwanzaa stamps is one of several USPS's offering this holiday season. The Postal Service employees work year-round to provide world-class service, especially this time of year, when families and loved ones across the nations come together through mail. And so, as you prepare for the holidays, on behalf of the Postal Service, I want to offer you and your family a safe, happy season. Thank you.
That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Next, I'd like to introduce Cheryl Jordan. She is also a member of St. Louis Metropolitan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. A proud native of St. Louis and the Pharmacy Benefit Implementation Specialist for Lumerus, Cheryl will explain the principles of Kujichagulia, or self-determination, and Ujima, collective work and responsibility.
Habaragani. The second principle of Kwanzaa is Kujichagulia, or self-determination. It inspires you to ask the questions, what and who matters most to me? And have I done all that I can do? Striving to strengthen your identity and confidence as a person is Kujichagulia. This principle inspired me as I went through blood cancer treatments last year while caring for my mother who suffered from dementia. With self-definition and determination, you help the African and African American community, your family, and yourself recognize goals for the future and how to overcome adversity for greater empowerment. Traditionally, you light the first red candle to the immediate left of the black candle. Ujima, the third principle of Kwanzaa, is Ujima, which focuses on collective responsibility for both setbacks and achievements in the community. This principle enlightens us that we are not alone. I was given the opportunity to pour into a 16-year-old in a children's home who is now a double mastered student who joined the sorority of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. We all have a responsibility to contribute to our community. To quote Dr. Malongo Karenga, it reinforces that we are our brothers and sisters' keepers, making their problems our problems and working to solve them together, end quote. It also is recognition and respect for the fact that without collective work and struggle, progress is impossible and liberation unthinkable. Yes, to whom much is given, much is expected. On the third day, the first green candle to the immediate right of the black candle is lit. Thank you.
We have work to do, right? Collective work and responsibility. Yes, we do. It is now my pleasure to introduce Cheryl McNeil. She's also a member of St. Louis Metropolitan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta, a proud native of St. Louis and a department leader of fixed assets and sales and use tax teams in the finance division at Edward Jones. Cheryl will explain the Kwanzaa principles of Ujamaa, or cooperative economics, and Nia, or purpose.
Habari gani? Ujamaa. Ujamaa is the fourth principle and fourth day of Kwanzaa. A red candle in the Kenora candle holder is lit on this day. Ujamaa means cooperative economics. In reference to Kwanzaa creator Malana Karenga's book, Kwanzaa, a celebration of family, community, and culture, the main themes of Ujamaa are shared wealth and work, economic self-reliance, and the obligation of generosity. How are we building something that's ours, that we benefit from, and that's also for our families and communities? I work with my husband's catering company, and it's inspiring to see that entrepreneurial spirit and see something that was built from the ground up. In our communities, there are so many food deserts. We must support farmers and local store owners who get fresh food and produce to our communities. Ujamaa represents the village concept. This makes me think about the collaborative farmers markets and even pop-up shops. In these scenarios, groups of people have pooled their resources to make these events successful and support a large number of businesses. I challenge each of you to support a local business in support of our community. Habari gani? Nia. Nia is the fifth principle and fifth day of Kwanzaa. A green candle in the Kenora candle holder is lit on this day. Nia means purpose. Per Malana Karenga's book, the themes of Nia are collective vocation, heirs of a great legacy, and generational responsibility, as well as joining personal and social purpose. So I want to focus a little bit on personal and social purpose. Think about things you do that bring you and others joy. How do you feel in those moments? My purpose is simply to help people and share knowledge. I help people achieve their goals through mentoring. I share knowledge about our story and culture through books and other resources. It's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of life, but I challenge myself to ensure I'm working in my purpose. I challenge each of you to think about your Nia, purpose. Identifying your purpose helps you determine what's important to you. Working in your purpose directly benefits our community.
Thank you, Cheryl. Nia is one of my favorites. I think all of them are my favorites. Next, please welcome the Honorable Felicia Ezell-Gillespie, also a member of St. Louis Metropolitan Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta, a former U.S. Postal Inspector. Judge Ezell-Gillespie currently resides over 4 municipal divisions in St. Louis County. Her motto is, "Your back is never against the wall." She encourages and counsels her clients through some of their darkest and most trying times with this same belief. Today, she will grace us with her musical talents and performing an original piece entitled, "It's Kwanzaa."
Kwanzaa, it's time to celebrate. Kwanzaa, our heritage. Kwanzaa, it's Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, feel the rhythm of the drum. Kwanzaa, our community song. Kwanzaa, it's Kwanzaa. Now it's time to set the Kwanzaa table for 7 days of celebration. Elders pour libations, artistic creations in homage to our community and our unity. Habaragani. These are the principles we live by. Red, black, and green flag flying high. Umoja, Kuji Chakulia. First fruits of the harvest, we celebrate. Ujima, Ujama, Miakumba, Imani. Faith is all we need. Let's light the candles. It's Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, it's time to celebrate. Kwanzaa, our heritage. Kwanzaa, it's Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, hear the rhythm of the drum. Kwanzaa, our community song. Kwanzaa, it's Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, it's time to celebrate. Kwanzaa, our heritage. Kwanzaa, it's Kwanzaa. It's Kwanzaa. It's Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa.
Yes. Everybody just say, "It's Kwanzaa." Don't you wish you could sing? She can sing. She can sing. And she wrote that piece. That's original. Thank you, Judge Ezell-Gillespie. Well done. We are fortunate to have the stamp artist and Emmy-nominated illustrator, Erin K. Robinson, here today. She will address the principles of Kuumba, creativity, and Imani, faith. Besides her work on this stamp, Erin has done picture books such as A Library with wonderfully imaginative illustrations and Only the Best about the life and the creations of African-American fashion designer Ann Lowe. She can really see the spirit of Kuumba in Imani. Of course, you all see it in her work. Let's have a warm welcome as we please welcome the Erin K. Robinson.
Habari Gani. Thank you for having me here today. It's a bit of an emotional time for me. So I'm so excited to present this work to you, and it's been a minute in the making. So to be here celebrating with you, my heart is full. And I could not have to speak to Kuumba, and Imani was right up my alley. So Kuumba, we know creativity, it's about creativity and using that creativity and imagination to make your communities better than what you inherited. And I like to think that I do that in my work for sure. In Imani, faith, believing in our people, our families, our educators, our leaders, and the righteousness of the African American struggle. So I'm going to talk about Imani and Kuumba for a minute, two principles that have guided me to this very moment of being able to be on this stage today, a moment I had the faith could happen. And as my career transitioned out of corporate fashion design into becoming a full-time artist and illustrator, it took many leaps of faith in believing in myself. With numerous twists and turns and at times uncertainty, I ended up exactly where I was supposed to be and was able to reflect on the growth that it took to get here. The journey is never as easy as it seems, but the reward has been magnificent. To being able to be the visual storyteller that will hopefully uplift and inspire many, but most of all, my African American community. Which takes me to about maybe 2.5 years ago, and I was chatting with a talented friend of mine, Lorraine West, and out of nowhere, she goes, "Girl, you have to get a stamp." And I was like, "I know, right?" I was like, "It's been on my bucket list. This is what I've wanted to do." And kid you not, about 2 weeks later, I get this email from USPS talking about creating a Kwanzaa stamp. And I thought it was a joke at first. I'm going, "Is this a prank?" And so all that happened. And like I said, so the more I read this email, the more I realized what had actually manifested from that previous conversation. So I just want to end this with knowing that through Imani and Kuumba, you can achieve legacy. So that's how I feel about this stamp today. And I'd like to say thank you, or as we say also in Swahili, because I've been living in Kenya, asante sana. Thank you for coming out today. My crew right here.
Amazing, right? Just phenomenal, just phenomenal. Thank you so much, Erin. Thank you so much. It's just an honor to be in her presence. Well, this nearly concludes our ceremony, but first, we have a few thank yous and announcements to share. I'd like to thank all of the participants and the guests for making this a truly spectacular event. Special thanks to the University City High School Junior ROTC Color Guard. That's right. That's our village. Songstress Valora Dickerson, Judge Ezell-Gillespie, and the Jaffe Studio. A quick reminder, we want you to be sure to stop by the Postal Service retail booth located in the foyer to purchase your Kwanzaa stamps and cancellations. And our participants will also be available to autograph your programs and other items. And you can also go online to visit the USPS.com store and purchase stamps. Now, to close out this celebration of Kwanzaa, I would like to invite all of our participants to come on out with us, and I would like to invite you to reach up, and we're going to do Harambe. So if everyone was to stand, we're going to reach up and we're going to pull our fists down towards our heart. We'll say Harambe, that's Swahili for all pulled together. We're going to do that 7 times, representing the 7 principal Kwanzaas, and we'll really hold on to the last Harambe as long as we can.